She has a 5-octave vocal range that has earned her a shelf of Grammy Awards and more #1 singles than Elvis Presley. Mariah Carey is right with us here live. We're going to talk to Mariah in just a moment. She has so many incredible things that are going on in her life, from being a wife and mother to her, well, you just look at her. She looks fantastic. And we're also going to take a look at her latest campaign to help others get healthy, too.
Touch my body, put me on the floor.
She's one of the best-selling female artists of all time. Mariah Carey, and the 5-time Grammy Award winner, never ceases to amaze. Alongside her music empire, Mariah's built a beautiful family. Last spring, Carey and husband Nick Cannon gave birth to their twins, Moroccan and Monroe. Motherhood has not slowed her down. She has a wildly successful perfume line and is an ambassador for Jenny Craig. After giving birth, she lost 30 pounds. She also donates her time to the American Heart Association and has a brand new PSA.
Join me and the American Heart Association and get serious about your heart and your health.
And a health scare just hit home. During a holiday break in Aspen, Cannon was diagnosed with mild kidney failure. She tweeted this photo from his hospital bed. He is recuperating now, and last week announced he is leaving his radio show to focus on his well-being. This past weekend, Carey attended the emotional farewell to her fellow superstar and dear friend, Whitney Houston. She and Houston performed together at the 1999 Oscars, their only duet. So beautiful, and the legendary Mariah Carey is with us this morning.
Good morning.
I'm so jealous of the shoes. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Thank you, darling.
The whole look. Let me ask you about Whitney first. What was it like working with her?
You know, I'm almost incapable of talking about this still. I think we all were, you know, it's very heavy emotionally, especially just looking at that little bit of us together. But it was great, and I don't think people could ever understand our relationship, or really, you know, there was always this supposed rivalry in the beginning, and then we did the duet and we became friends, and I saw her towards the end, and, you know, I loved her. We all loved her. We all were inspired by her, and we all loved her. And may she rest in peace, and her legend's going to go on forever.
Amen to that. And it was a beautiful homegoing that we saw
It was
on Saturday.
gorgeous. Such a class act, the way she went out and the way her family dealt with it. I was very moved, and it was beautiful.
I'm sure the family was touched that you were there. We have and thank you for sharing that. I know that's difficult. And there's so much that you, February is Heart Month.
Heart Month, yes.
And people need to remember that women die from heart disease more than any other.
Yeah, 1 person every 34 seconds dies of heart disease. And it's a big deal. I think they showed the public service announcement that I did before. And it's important. I found out all this stuff that I didn't even know. And after going through, like, giving birth to twins and having that, you know, it's great. We love them babies.
Them babies. I love how you say that.
You could just ask me about them babies. They're at home. Hi, them babies.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. But yeah, so it's a really important issue, and I think now more than ever, people need to focus on the health aspect of just life. People are becoming a little bit more aware, you know, of that.
I want to play a little bit more of that public service announcement because it's very, very powerful. Here it is.
Did you know that every 34 seconds someone has a heart attack? Every 40 seconds someone has a stroke. But it doesn't have to be that way. Every day there's hope. Join me and the American Heart Association and get serious about your heart and your health.
That is so powerful. You co-directed that, didn't you? There?
Yeah, with my friend Daniel Pearl.
Oh.
Yeah. I love doing stuff like that, but I don't usually talk about it because I'm like, they're just going to hate on me saying, oh, she directed it, we don't like it.
No, but that just shows your creative side, and I know this is a project that is very
close to my heart, no pun intended.
No.
I should have been wearing red today because it is Wear Red Month, but I thought, you know, it's more appropriate. So.
But when you talk about, it's about getting healthy. Yes, you look great, and a lot of people I know know you were with Jenny Craig.
Yes, yes, we love them.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is about health as opposed to
just the exterior. It's about getting to a place within yourself as well. You know what I mean? Where you feel good. Because the exterior, yes, we all want to look at it. And I'm still reaching for my goals and trying to get there and stuff. Like, you know, regular person, you know how it is. But look at you.
Oh,
hello.
No. I'm not. As we all are. We are a work in progress.
Yes.
We have so much more that we're going to come back and talk to you about because I know Nick, he recently had his health issues and you've been very out front with that as he has.
Right.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about them babies and what you have. And I hope you got some new music because people will really...
I do, darling. I'm trying to get to that next week. I got to go sing. I got to get there. I got to do it.
Much more with this stunning Mariah Carey coming up after the break here on Good Morning America. This always makes me move. Oh, the fragrance.
I just got to do weather because Mariah Carey's right here.
So would you rather you're
Right here. No, I can't do weather. Mariah Carey's right here. I refuse. Conscientiously object.
And Mariah's like I am. Like there's Oscar, there's Jesse, there's Jack. We're like going all
I'm like, there's a sloth here? What is going on?
A little bit of everything. But we continue our conversation. And you got a lot of tongues wagging with your great transformation.
Thank you.
I know you've been working with Jenny Craig. And that's helped you a great deal.
Yes, we love Jenny Craig, and they've definitely helped a huge deal. I think they're a great support system for people out there who maybe want an alternative to other programs. And it's a genuine thing. It's not like, oh, whatever. You know, I honestly feel that way. You know,
it was one of the #1 questions when the people were asking about. So what else is it that you're doing? I mean, that's a great program, but what are changing your eating style?
Yeah, I mean, there are other things that Jenny actually, you know, helps the average person who doesn't know figure out, like, okay, you can also eat more vegetables and fruit and do that type of stuff, which is not like people's most favorite thing, but the food itself tastes really good. I know even Cindy Berger over there of PMK, she was on it. We need to get her in a commercial.
Okay, she did call you out, Cindy. Yes,
Sorry,
she did. Don't run and hide.
No, but it's really good. But I also I work out as well. I'm not going to say I don't work out. You have to work out, and that falls into the American Heart Association thing because it's more healthy to actually, you know, you got to get up and move around a little bit. And people don't think about these things.
That's true, and those twins keep you moving.
And babies keep you moving. Yes, they do.
How is Nick doing?
Nick is doing well. You know, it's a very complicated thing, and I know he spoke on it himself. I feel a little bit awkward because I don't know exactly what he was revealing when he talked to people, but the best thing I think was the choice that he made to leave the radio show and to just focus on AGT and Up All Night, which he just won an NAACP award for, so that was great. It was just something that hit us really hard at the top of the year, and he, we wound up in the hospital. That's in Aspen at the hospital.
Exactly. When you tweeted this, Mariah, I mean,
we didn't know how big a deal it was at that moment.
When did you know it was like, oh boy, this is something big?
It was a gradual thing. I mean, we ended up in a couple of hospitals this year already, but now he is doing better. The thing is, like, he's a young, healthy person, and it's about changing the lifestyle. Again, it's just a lifestyle choice and just an awareness of what can really happen to you, no matter how young or in great shape you are, vibrant. So I think, you know, he's going to turn, like he always does, turn something that happened into a positive thing. And I think that's why this American Heart Association union that, you know, I'm dealing with is a great thing for me and for our kids and going forward and stuff.
It is perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we had some viewer questions, and they were great as always, and we got so many people just are sending them in. And somebody wanted to know from Houston, how do you believe motherhood has changed your life?
Well, I feel like the pregnancy itself, because I don't want to go into the dramas and sound like a complainer, but when you carry twins, that is a whole nother thing. And so physically, I went through it, and I was almost like, is this God's way of preparing us for what it's really going to be like? Like, this is a true responsibility. Like, it's a complete...
That's oohing and ahhings from everybody.
I didn't know they were showing the pictures. Yeah, there's my babies. Probably they're up right now eating. Yes, having some pear puree. That would be Miss Monroe's favorite. That's Miss Monroe on the left and Rock on the right. Moroccan Scott Cannon. We call him Rock Star. And it actually, this is great because we get to talk about the fragrance that was sort of inspired by me and Nick. And the babies were born on our wedding anniversary, which we renew our vows every year. And people were like, "Oh, please, like that's a coincidence." It was. And
you can't time something like that.
You can't. And the thing is, they almost were going to be born on another anniversary, 3/27, which is a day of someone's birth. And I don't have birthdays, so I don't know whose day that is. But and I was like, oh my goodness, that'd be so amazing. But they would have been born way too early. So I did everything I could to keep them in for 35 weeks, and it was a really long, tough thing. But anyway, this Forever Love contest is something that is now, the winners are being selected as we speak. It's sort of the relaunch of this fragrance, and it's Nick and I on the beach in our honeymoon. That's my goal, to be back there where I was 3 years ago in the picture. But yeah, so it's kind of like a celebration of what's been going on with us, and then we got hit by all these other obstacles, but it's like, keep going.
Well, that's what somebody wanted to ask you, Mariah. They said you have been through so much. This is from Jessica in Louisiana.
Right.
She said you've been through so much this past year. What point would you say was the hardest, and what did you do to get through it?
This past year being like, when do I begin? I mean, there are so many different things that I went through. Gestational diabetes when I had the babies, toxemia, preeclampsia. So that was a whole thing, and I had never dealt with a physical thing like that either. So that was one obstacle. And then, of course, you know, Nick being going through his health issues, that's a huge obstacle. And taking on that role of figuring out how to be how to help the most, how to be a good caretaker and stuff like that. But being a mom, like being a mom and figuring out how to get that time with the babies. Of course, I have help. I'm not going to say I don't have people helping me, and I'm so grateful to them, you know. And there's 2 nannies that are like helping me out right now, but I spend as much time as I can, even waking up. Like if I'm up all night working, I'll be literally making the pear puree on the baby, you know, the baby bullet. That thing is amazing. You got to get it. If you don't have it, get it. It's really good. Yeah, look, this Miss Ringo smiling. She didn't smile that much in the beginning. Now she's smiley.
I have to tell you, your music helps us get through some very difficult times. And you say you're working on some
I'm working on something now. I'm trying to get this song done next week, and we'll see if it happens. It's something that's it just happened, and I feel like it's appropriate for the moment right now. So
it's going to be so worth the wait.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Mariah. Continue blessings back at you tenfold. We'll get over to Sam. Is he drooling? Sam,
let me tell you, Mariah looks gorgeous, and those babies are beautiful. That is the first time I have seen those pictures. Boy, are those beautiful babies.
Thank you.
What a morning. I love my job.